Alright, so guys, thank you for giving Fighting Lifestyle UAE the opportunity. BJJ Nomad, Mihail and Dimitrios
Thank
in
you.
beautiful Dubai in winter time right now. Can you talk about a little bit about your experience so far over here in the UAE? I know Dimitrios, you're working in the UAE as a coach. Can you talk a little bit about what are we to expect with the show that you guys are filming in the region?
Yeah, right now we're in the production, let's say, segment of the BJJ Nomad in GCC. We have 3 countries, UAE, Oman and Bahrain. And you expect the same very good quality as our first episode that was shot in Creta Island in Greece. And most of all, as Mihail is more qualified to say, what we're doing is not a show, it's a documentary.
Somebody crushed his car there.
Really, that's a reality show. We should have shot that, not me. It's a documentary, not a show, and we're based more on the experience of the people we interview rather than just showing landscapes and doing the same old boring stories.
Yeah.
So UAE will be also very interesting as the very first episode.
You can watch our second episode, which will be out in February 10th. It will include a super interesting UFC fighter who really experienced God's miracle. After 10 years of prayers, God awarded this guy for his beliefs. And super interesting story about the only guy who defeated Fedor Emelianenko in combat Sambo. The guy got stabbed in the heart with a knife. What he did? He took a taxi by himself, went to the hospital by feet. Hello guys, I was stabbed in the heart, can you please help me? Then 3 months coma. He rests for 1 year, goes back to Bellator Fighting Championship, wins 4 fights straight, only submissions and TKOs. Crazy stories, man.
Can you tell us the names of these two fighters?
Yes, the UFC fighter is Stanislav Nedkov, who recently fought in UFC. Unfortunately, he had really huge problems with his knee. He had 3 surgeries straight, one after another. So I think he's a little bit out of shape now, but his story is really passionate and inspirational. He was praying for a kid for 10 years. Everyone was telling him and his wife that they cannot have kid. Now they have the most beautiful son in the world, not former, future UFC champion. The other guy, pretty well known, Blagoi Ivanov, the only guy in the world in the history of Sambo who defeated Fedor Emelianenko in combat Sambo. Crazy guy, super nice guy. You can see his story and Stanislav Nedkov's story in our next episode. I talk too much, sorry for that.
So where is the next episode going to be based?
Next episode, Bulgaria. These 2 guys. After that we go to Romania, where we go and try Dimitrios special. Dimitrios is Draculino team, so he is a Creonte because there he says he shows a technique against Dracula. In front of Dracula castle he shows anti-vampire jiu-jitsu techniques. After that we come here straight UAE. Very nice episodes. Dimitrios, you can mention some of the names that we have already interviewed. You don't want... I'll tell, thank you. No, come on man. No. Maybe
I'm out of words here. This guy has such a nice flow that whatever I say will be edited, I think.
It's scripted, man. I have
the 2 directors here, Ali.
Yeah, this guy has so good flow.
No, man, these guys have so good connection that the guy behind the camera is a director and they're gonna work together, so they exclude this guy. So yeah, we have some good names here because as most of people know, there are 400-500 black belts living and teaching here. We have one of the best, if not the best, BJJ player in Europe, Alexander Trans, who is a very humble guy besides a master on the mat. We explore his personal story. We have also some very good friends. We have Roberto Atala, 4th-degree black belt, who has been, let's say, an inspiration for me because he was a traveler before I even started Jiu-Jitsu.
He was BJJ Nomad before BJJ Nomad.
He was maybe one of the original BJJ Nomads before the documentary BJJ Nomad started airing. We also have a BJJ black belt that, despite the popular belief that BJJ saves lives, BJJ almost took his life away because he got stabbed because he started an academy and he started competing in a very local and very competitive other academy. So the guy got stabbed, but fortunately he survived. Many names, many interviews, interesting personal stories, and of course lots of humor, lots of nice landscapes, lots of travels. We go to very nice seaside, very nice mountains. We do some very fun activities that you can find here in Dubai and around UAE. Generally, it's
not touristic things, not National Geographic stuff.
It's a little bit touristy, but mostly off the beaten path because
Yes.
we interact a lot with the locals, and the locals always know how to take you to the best places and know how to suggest good places to avoid the crowd, avoid the tourist traps. Although I have to say we fall into few tourist traps, including the desert safari, Mihail's favorite activity. I've been there 4 times. I took him one time. He's out of words.
No man, it was crazy. I just want to mention that Dimitrios mentioned some big names. The difference between what we do and what the viewers are used to watch is that we don't ask these big names about their daily routine, what nutrition they have, do they like to drill, what techniques do they like. We are interested in their personal lives. So Alexander Trans, 10-minute interview, 9 minutes about his personality, 1 minute about BJJ techniques. That's what we do. We tell human stories, and at the same time our stories connected to the other fighter stories. My English is Oxford, Cambridge one.
Now, you guys have been we've been following social media a lot, and you guys are getting a lot of responses from around the world. People are saying to come and do a documentary in their part of the world, for example, New Zealand, Australia, all these different places. What are your plans for 2015 and beyond?
Moon. Moon Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, we already have some nice
Very
plans.
funny joke. Insane funny joke.
Yeah, this guy is so funny that sometimes I wake up when I sleep and I laugh with the things he told me 3 days ago.
3 days ago.
Yeah, we have some nice plans. We already did our Balkan season.
Yes.
We already almost finishing our GCC countries, Gulf Coast countries. These are 3 countries, Bahrain, Oman, and UAE, many different places. We're planning to go to Scandinavia in June. And after that, start the real fun for me because we're planning to go to some very exotic places. Here I have to say that mostly we visit places that I've worked before or I lived before. And the locals give us a lot of support and a lot of help. Plus, true, we get a lot of feedback, good feedback usually from social media. We have some invitations of other academies or people that want to share their stories or promote, let's say, their place or their academy. And we're very glad for that.
My friends, if I had to be honest, we mostly visit places he have never been before because we got lost 99% of the time.
Yeah, because one of my guidelines here is I never use GPS, really, never.
He says
if you use GPS, it's G-A-Y.
What is that?
G-A-G, A-B-C-F-G-A.
G?
G, man, G.
Okay. Like grips.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a plan
Bear
for...
grips, that's my friend Bear Grips.
This guy will not let us finish the interview. I'm gonna have a...
Now, speaking of grips and speaking now, I understand that you guys don't have sponsors,
Yes.
but you have supporters.
Yes, of course, we don't have sponsors, and that's what the main idea was since the beginning. We don't really want to sell what we do, because this is something that came from the heart, and it's for the hearts of the people, for the food for their hearts and their minds. What we have is supporters. These guys don't give us money, so 100% non-profit, 100% financed by us, and these guys gave us free gear. For example, grips, man. These guys didn't really want to see our first episode. The executive director, the executive
CEO of the
producer,
company.
the CEO of the company. I'm always talking about producers. This is for my job, but this guy said, "Man, you wrote me so emotional letter. I really appreciate that. I really like that. I don't care what quality is your documentary. I'll send you gear. The same, 511, the biggest tactical equipment manufacturer in the world. These guys make backpacks for FBI. How cool is that? These guys the same. Man, Mihail, don't send me anything. I don't need to know what quality is this, even if it's the shittiest quality. I'm sending you these things. The guys from Subguards, these guys make very cool custom rash guards. They made for some guys from Metamoris, world champions. The same. You don't need to send me anything, bro. How cool is that? Man, now the people are earning money by buying, I will not mention the brand, but they buy some gi for $200 only because they want to sell it for $400 to someone who couldn't get the chance to buy this gi, and it all becomes business. And in these business times of jiu-jitsu going so big in the business, some people want to help no matter the business benefits. That's why we rejected some business proposals from brands that wanted exclusivity, that wrote us these huge letters. How many times will you mention our name in the episode? How many t-shirts will you promote? It's all about community. That's why we do what we do, because we want to connect a guy from Eastern Asia to a guy from UAE to a guy from the Balkans by just staying at home and watching our show and understanding the similarities and the differences between the way of the warrior as they live it in their country and the people that live it in the other side of the world. Sorry for my Oxford English, but man, that's how we roll in Bulgaria. Arm bars with punches and Eastern European English.
And then chispai with raki.
Chispai big time.
Raki. Yeah,
dates. You guys are blessed. Dates are the biggest thing in the world. Since I'm here, I ate maybe
3 kilograms.
3 kilograms of dates. So I probably die on the flight back. But man, dates, 400 black belts, and this super good website about fighting lifestyle. What else can you ask here? You guys are blessed.